Good morning children. Welcome back to Social Studies tutorial. I hope you all are well at home. So students, let's continue with communalism, that the various forms which communalism takes in politics. So students, in our last class we have learnt about the religion and communalism, that how religion contribute or leads to the communalism. So what happens that the most common expression of communalism is just religious prejudices. So what exactly, like in religious prejudices, we starts having our beliefs or perceptions for like very different perceptions for the different religions, which leads to the stereotypes in which we appreciate one religion, that the people starts appreciating one religion and criticize or suppress the other religion, which is the initial stage of communalism. So what happens when the stereotypes gets its supremacy, then there is the superiority of one religion over the others. So we can relate this like by having an example from history, as the social study is all about connected so just take an example of history while learning the first chapter, nationalism. So what happens, nationalism is good, and it is appreciated enough because having the pride or belongingness for the country, that is good. But when the nationalism gets converted gets heavy and gets converted in imperialism, that just our nation is one of the best and the other nations are not good enough, so that is not appreciated enough, because somehow it leads to the division. So the next is communal mind. So students, what communal mind is, that as we have already learned that there are the different communal leader. So what exactly, they just believe that the their religion is best one. So whenever they have the quest to have their political power or just to become in the political power, then they start appealing in the religious sentiments. So what exactly, just once they start appealing in the religious sentiments, so they get the support of the people of those communities, and afterwards they get the majority. So once they get the majority, so there is a discrimination among the religions or the people belonging to the different religions. So what happens in that case, that the majority enjoys while the minority suffers. So when the minority suffers, then they demand for their separate units, separate religious units. So what exactly happens? Now again you can connect it with the history, that what had happened, that during the early times, that Muhammad Ali Jinnah, what exactly, when at the eve of independence, he was thinking that somehow our honorable Prime Minister Mr. Jawaharlal Nehru supposed to become the Prime Minister, so that before this he just wanted to have the dominance. Because of this he started appealing in the religious sentiments, and he got the majority of the people belonging to the Islam, and that was the one of the major reason, or one of the most important reason of the partition of India and Pakistan. Then the next is political mobilization on religious lines. So students, what happens, that these communal leaders used sacred symbols and religious leaders, and what exactly, either they encourage or threaten the people by using these sacred symbol or religious for the sake of communalism. So in that very case, what happens, that just to get the majority dominance, they use this. And even that also happens in the by attending any assembly, attending any assembly of the renowned monks. Like for example, whenever a political leader attends that assembly of those leaders, then automatically he or she gets the supports, because people believes that the people have some religious sentiments. Then one good example of the current scenario is that through the social medias, whether it is your Facebook or WhatsApp, many times you get the messages in which there is a support of one religion, and where the people criticize the other religion. So what happens in that case, it leads to the communal communal violence, which creates a tension. Even it also leads the communal riots and massacre. So what happens, if you just talk about the communal massacre, so India and Pakistan partition is a very good example of this. Even just post independence, the communal violence was also prevailed there in our country. So now it's time to just search out or the look forward for the appropriate solution of this permanent problem. So students, as I told you that the communalism is a major challenge before our country. So what exactly the this is the right time to find out the solution of this problem. So what exactly the solution is of a secular state? Secular state, because secularism, this provision is also reflected in the other countries' constitution. So what exactly that the idea of secularism, or secularism is the ideology where no official religion, that no country has its official religion. Suppose in the context of we talk about our country, so in India there is no announcement, or no religion is declared as its official religion. Everyone has his freedom just to preach or profess their religion or to adopt the religion. So, and there is no special status to any religion, because all the religions are equal, and no one can criticize the religions of the others, and they have to respect the others religion. Now let's understand that how secular state, or say the principle of secularism or the provision of secularism eliminate the problem of communalism. Secularism, as I told you, that there is no official religion in the country, and there is no special status to any religion, so it gives the freedom to profess, practice and propagate any religion. And the constitution also prohibits discrimination or on grounds of religion, that the no citizen or individual can be discriminated on the basis of their religion. Everyone is equal before the law. And the constitution also allows the state to intervene in matters of religious communities. So if any kind of communalism, violence or riots happens there, or the matters also happens there, then the constitution just has the provision under which the state can intervene into those matters. This is one of the most distinctive feature of Indian secularism. So we can overall say that secularism is the foundation of our country, whereas the communalism is considered as a threat to the country, because somehow it disintegrates the country's unity. So communalism needs to combat, but how? That question comes to our mind, that definitely communalism must be eliminated or combat from our society. So this is the only way, that there must be a provision of secularism, and with the help of moral and ideological change, we can easily just combat the problems of communalism. Even just after adopting these two, there will be a positive change in our society. So students, I hope you understood this session well, and you enjoyed a lot. In our next session, we'll start the remaining chapter, or the third pillar of this chapter, that is caste. That how caste affects the politics and what role it plays. Till the time, stay home, stay safe. Thank you.